We have witnessed an event that will go down in world history, the capture of Maduro by the United States. With this, Uncle Sam's intentions are clearer than ever. The same intentions he had in 1903 to influence the country. The difference is that on that occasion, instead of harming the government in power, he supported it. How was it when the United States, instead of invading and bombing, decisively helped Venezuela? Are you interested? Then stay until the end of the video. This video has been dubbed and optimized in 6 languages. Thanks to Bribe, you want to show your content to a larger audience without much effort. I'm doing it to get more visibility thanks to Bribe. With the link I leave in the description and the first comment, get a 20% discount. Thank you. Like almost every country in the region, the first decades of Venezuelan independence were a disaster of Nacho Vidalian proportions. After the dissolution of Gran Colombia, the country was plunged into a series of civil wars between warlords. In the 19th century alone, there were more than 100 armed uprisings and 26 civil wars. In the one in 1998, General Joaquin Crespo died. Leaving a power vacuum, finally, Cipriano Castro comes to power, inheriting a deeply indebted country. As a result of years of loans from European powers, such as the United Kingdom, Germany, and Italy, to finance projects like the Great Venezuelan Railway. Added to this is the fact that the value of coffee, the star product of the moment, plummeted due to fluctuations in the world market. In short, Venezuela was a failed state that could hardly honor its debts. What kind of trouble did Chamos get themselves into? In 1902, the European governments not only demanded the payment of the debt, but also compensation for the damages suffered by their citizens and their property during the civil wars. Castro replied, "Let God pay you." In response to this, the European powers decided to impose a joint military action, to which Mexico said to Venezuela for the first time. Their navies completely blockaded the Venezuelan coast, preventing ships from entering or leaving, and even occupied some ports. Although this naval blockade was not a formal declaration of war, it was indeed a demonstration of gunboat diplomacy. The blockade lasted from December 1902 to February 1903, paralyzing Venezuela's maritime trade, that is, worsening its crisis. Who could defend them now? Me? While Venezuela was sinking, the United States was on fire. It had just expelled Spain from Cuba and Puerto Rico in the War of '98 in accordance with the Monroe Doctrine of America for the Americans. So, with his ego boosted after so many victories, Uncle Sam was going to allow more Europeans in his backyard? Well, nope, but instead of confronting, he offered himself as a mediator this time. The negotiation ended with the Washington Protocol of February 1903, which required the debts to be paid in installments and put the United States in charge of collecting them. Trust me, this wasn't done out of altruism. Roosevelt reinterpreted the Monroe Doctrine in a more active way, giving rise to the so-called Roosevelt Corollary, which established that the United States could intervene in the financial and political affairs of Latin American countries. So what did Uncle Sam gain then? Well, a whole lot of prestige and authority by presenting himself as the modern and civilized arbiter. In contrast to the evil Europeans who blockaded and intimidated, he earned the forced gratitude of the Latin American elites. Likewise, he sent a clear message to the European powers. The problems of this region are solved by us, the United States of America. The mediation of 1903 set a terrible precedent, as it laid the groundwork for future direct financial and military interventions in Nicaragua, Haiti, the Dominican Republic, and Cuba, not to mention the Cold War, and Operation Condor, where it financed coups in the region and then went on to support and fund military dictatorships aligned with its interests. And Venezuela, well, was the guinea pig in this mediation. As you can see, Donald Trump isn't doing anything new with the capture of Maduro and threats to Mexico, Colombia, and Cuba. In fact, he has been explicit in his statements. The United States wants to regain its influence over what it has considered its backyard, whether by helping or harming governments. The intentions are the same. What do you think about United States interventionism in our region?